Okay, I'm going to show you how to watch demos in TF2, or at least the method I use for watching and reviewing demos. I'm not going to go into great length about where to find demos, but I will show a few quick examples. So this is my team's ESCA page this season, and for instance, if we go to one of the completed games over here, click on the score, and right here in the right side you'll see a download button that will download the demo. Very often you'll play on servers that have sizzling stats, and what I'll do is I'll go to my page. It's going to load for me. Okay, this is my profile. It shows all the games I've been in, or at least the games that have where the servers had the sizzling stats plugin. And I'm going to pick one of these. This one, it's the one I opened already. And so not all servers have this, but a lot of them do. The ones that are set up for this, they will automatically upload source TV demos. So if you look up here near the top, there's a download STV demo button. So click that, save it to the desktop. That's fine. Alright, so now on the desktop, there it is. It's inside of the zip file. I'm going to open this. I'm going to get the actual demo file and pull it out of the zip file. Alright, now I'm just going to get rid of the zip file itself. This demo file, this is an optional step that I prefer doing. I'm going to add a bunch of letters out in front of it, like I'm going to put a bunch of Z's in this case. And this will help me locate it super easily a few steps down the road here. So I'm going to move this file now. I'm going to cut it, and I can open, I have a little shortcut to my TF folder right here, and this is where we're going to put it into. If you look at this path right up here along the top, that should be the most normal path for your TF folder. And basically I'm going to put it into my TF folder. When we're done watching it, we can go ahead and delete it out of here, just so junk doesn't accumulate unnecessarily. You don't want like hundreds of demo files just sitting here for no reason. Alright, so now we're going to go into the game. Okay, now that we're in the game, I'm going to hit the keyboard shortcut, which will bring up the demo UI, the user interface. And that is Shift plus F2. Okay, and there it is. You get this little window. You can move it around. I like to put it into a corner, like this, for instance. And the reason I do this is because it's always really easy to find your mouse cursor. If I need to quickly get on it, if I just go to the corner, like bottom left, I'm always going to have my cursor here. Now, some people use other methods for controlling their demos. They go through the console, for instance. There's certain commands like play demo, there you go, and it has autocomplete, so that's one way I could launch that demo that I put in there. Another way would be, well, that's the main thing. There's other commands, there's other commands you can do through the, like pause demo, and everything you can do with buttons here, you can do. I rather would just use this user interface. Alright, so now what we do is we go to the load button up here, and this shows you the contents of your TF folder, or at least the demo files that it can open. And if you go all the way to the bottom here, you'll see right there, look how easy it is to find. The one with the Z's, it's right at the bottom. And I can go ahead and hit open. Oh, by the way, if you don't see your demo here, if you hadn't restarted your game when you put something in your TF folder, what you can do is you can hit this button right here to go up a level, and then back into your TF folder, and that refreshes the view. And then the demo that you maybe can't see, you now should be able to see it in the list. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hit open. And it's now going to take its time to load the level and open the demo. And this is just like joining a server, it has to take a moment to load all the assets. Okay, now the demo's started. See how my cursor is invisible when it's not on top of the UI, but I can always find it down here, obviously. So I immediately paused it when it began, if you're watching this with other people, like you're reviewing with a teammate or with your team or something, what you'll want to do is make sure that you start at exactly the same spot, and then one of you is going to count down when to begin, and everyone will begin at that point in time. So right here, you'll see the tick. I happened to pause it on tick 126 out of whatever 120,000. So you can line up on some number ahead. For instance, the tick 300. This number isn't particularly important. Each one of these ticks is a very small fraction of a second. So I'm gonna hit the go to button, which is going to advance it to that tick. And I don't know why that green stuff is happening right now on my screen, but see, we are now at tick 300, well, 301 out of whatever. It doesn't have to be precise. Sometimes it'll be off by a few ticks. That doesn't matter. And at this point, I can hit resume. Well, if I was playing or if I was watching this with other people, I would go, okay, guys, we're going to start on go. 3, 2, 1, go. And then everyone hits resume on go, and then I can either hit Shift F2 again or just hit the little X to hide the interface. And this is just like being a spectator inside of a game. So I can have just fly around free cam mode like this. I can watch what happens, or I can hit my jump button to switch perspectives, watch from first person, watch from third person. I can switch between players by clicking like this, just like being a spectator in a game. So that's about it. Now I can at any time bring up my interface here again, Shift F2. I can pause. If you're watching together, you can count down a pause, like, okay guys, 3, 2, 1, pause. Or you can just everyone pause and then realign another tick, like, okay guys, we're going to start at 3,000 this time. Whatever, something that's far enough ahead that everyone can fast forward just a few seconds to. There's other things you can do here. It's pretty obvious. You can play around with it yourself. For instance, we can watch in slow motion. By the way, if you ever want to adjust precisely, it doesn't matter. You can watch at 51.2%. That may as well be half speed. But if you want to, you can hit the arrow keys and adjust precisely to what you want. And there you go. We're now watching in slow motion. You can use the fast speed to fast forward it. Of course, you can go back with the tick control. You can just fast forward by putting in any ticks forward, like so many thousands of ticks forward. Yep, and that's it. That is the main gist of what you need to know for reviewing demos. Now, this is a Source TV demo, which is nice for a lot of reasons. It's nice because since we have our advanced spectator HUD turned on in advanced options, which you should turn on, you can see everyone's health at the top. You can see everyone's Ubers. If you in the top left here, if you look, you'll see 100% on the blue medic, not that much on the red medic as far as Uber charge. You can see who's alive. You can see everyone's health. This is really nice. It gives you a big picture. You can watch anyone's perspective that you want. You can fly around in free cam mode like this, see what's happening in the game. I'm still in fast motion or slow motion here. Right. So those are some benefits of STV. The other kind of demo is a POV demo, which is point of view, and that's where you record from one person's point of view. The good thing there is you see exactly what they saw on their screen, or almost exactly, barring like different HUD elements or a different HUD displaying, differently. But you get to see damage numbers, you get to see their loaded ammo, a bunch of little details that you do not get by watching this way here in Source TV. And again, there's ways to record. Well, I guess I could, if I want to, I could explain how to record these demos. So if you want to record a demo manually, you could say record, and then you give the demo a name, like demo 1. And I hit enter, that will start recording a demo. If I want to stop when it's done, you can type stop. There's some other commands you can use as well. That's a real pain to do. Almost everyone that plays competitively uses a program called PREC. Just a couple of little files you put into a folder or two, and it does that for you. Every time two teams ready up and a match begins, it automatically records a POV demo for you, which is handy to have. And watching a POV demo is no different than what we did here. You just pick it, you go load, and you pick it from the list. you look in here, man, I really need to clean this folder out. But if you look, I have some automatically recorded ESEA POV demos that were automatically recorded. This wasn't with PREC, but ESEA automatically does this for you. And it's just the same. You just wouldn't be able to look at different players or fly around. It would always be stuck on my view. But yeah, that's about it.